Good evening, everybody. Mic check, mic check. I hope I'm being heard, but welcome back to Wrestling Wednesday. The duo's back again. I'm Crystal J. Say You Like Podcast is in the building. It is this the Wednesday before Christmas? Nah, we still got another week. Fucking
Now we got one more Wednesday before Christmas.
that. One more week to tell my son, don't know what you think you're getting, but you ain't getting it. So that'll work. But Sal, what's good? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm amazing. We got okay. John Cena is officially done in the ring, at least by what we know. But other than that, I'm good.
We gonna get
Now
into
I'm
it.
just waiting on Roman Reigns to be done, and then we can
All
really have a
right.
good laugh.
That's good. Good luck with that. If he's going to be on that Brock Lesnar schedule, I wouldn't count on it.
That is
But,
absolutely true.
I want to take a moment. Malcolm's in the building. Malcolm, what's good, man? How you feeling?
Malcolm, what up?
Before we get to John Cena tapping out, the tap out that was heard around the world. Even a friend of mine that I was talking to earlier today, she decided to throw in some shots saying she's gonna make me tap out. Let me rephrase that. She brought out John Cena tapping out. I had to get in her ass a little bit, but I was like, okay, everybody heard about this tap out. All right, so we're gonna have to talk about it. But before we get that, John Cena's not the only person that left the WWE. You guys been paying attention? So has Mick Foley. Now, there were some comments. Everybody knows about WWE's and Donald Trump's affiliation. This is no secret. Mick Foley is not a Donald Trump guy. I wouldn't expect him to be. But he said, due to some comments that Trump made, it's time for me to part ways. Excuse me, it's time for me to part ways with WWE. Now, before we get to Mick Foley's statement, I think we need to hear what Donald Trump said. If you're leaving because of what Trump is articulating, I think it's worth finding out what it is. Hopefully, it's legitimized. Excuse me. So, if you have it, any way you can pull it up and read it real quick. What did Donald Trump say to piss off Foley?
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up the post actually directly.
Oh, oh, there it is.
Uh
Oh, man.
there's all right, so this is the post that made Mick Foley leave the WWE. It says a very sad this is from Donald Trump's True Social. It says a very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession with President Donald J. Trump. With his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the statement that made Mick Foley leave the WWE. You got it.
In other words, Trump being Trump. Nothing
Absolutely.
new, nothing for. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to Trump and his tweets, his first term is kind of better than his second term. But this is still on the lines of Trump being Trump.
Yeah. But you know what the crazy part? It's not just Trump being Trump. It's a liberal being a liberal. And as much as I have respect for Mick Foley for everything that he has done, not just for WWE and the company, but just the business alone as in
Of course,
wrestling, and also what he has done for people. I had a lot of respect for Mick Foley, but at the same time, when your politics overwrite, whatever ideals that you may have, if you doing what's this, I don't think that him leaving WWE was because of Trump. I think he left WWE because that's what he wanted to do. But the crazy thing is, you leave WWE only after Trump makes this statement. You didn't leave the WWE during the 4 years in the Biden administration. You didn't leave the WWE during the time where all of these allegations came out about Vince. You didn't leave the WWE during the downfall and the struggling session of the WWE. You didn't leave the WWE. You It took Trump to make a statement that made you walk away from the company that you have devoted not only your life but also your career to. You
Your
could have went to other
body.
companies. The whole right, your body. And Trump is what made you leave the WWE. All right.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Now, Mick did leave a statement. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick because I saw this morning and I was like, it's too early in the morning for this, but let me read it. This is from Real Mick Foley on Twitter. Parting ways with WWE. Wow, While I've been concerned about WWE's close relationship with Donald Trump for several months, especially in the light of his administration and ongoing cruel and inhumane treatment of immigrants and pretty much anyone who looks like an immigrant. Reading the president's incredibly cruel comments in the wake of the Rob Reiner's death is the final straw for me. I no longer wish to represent a company that coddles a man so seemingly void of compassion as he marches our country towards autocracy. Did you forget who your last boss was, Mick? But never mind. Let's continue. Last night, I informed WWE Talent Relations that I would not be making any appearance for the company as long as that man remains in office. How many more years we got for Trump? 2 more years?
Yeah, no, three more.
Oh, 3 more. Okay. Additionally, I will not be signing a new Legends deal, which my current one expires in June. I love WWE, will always treasure my time with them, and I am deeply appreciative for all the opportunities they afforded me. But in the words of oh sweet Jesus, but in the words of Popeye the Sailor, I stand all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. I'm gonna be respectful to McFoley and keep that final thought to myself. So, Mick, I hear what you're saying. I would agree with you if you done this under Vince.
Exactly.
Everything that you said. Let's go. Let me read it. What did he say? Uh, he said something that was crazy.
I
I
got it on the
no
screen.
longer. Okay, okay, appreciate it. I no longer wish to represent a company that coddles a man so seemingly void of compassion as he marched. Did you forget who your last boss was, Mick? We saw the documentary. We saw, and quite frankly, did we really need to see the documentary to know that was Vince?
Nope,
I
not at
guess,
all.
I guess you needed to see. It's almost like the Diddy doc. We know this already. This is just a confirmation. That's all it was. So when it came to Vince, plenty of times you was there, Mick. Plenty of times you could have got up and walked away. All I gotta ask is, this is gonna sound terrible, but and keep it true to my persona. Well, not my persona, who I am as a man. I gotta ask in all fairness, how much money did you finally make to get up and leave?
Facts.
You had to make a lot of money. I don't know how much these Legends deals are, and somebody's gonna have to break down to me why am I paying you to go sign autographs and not get in the ring, but maybe for another day. But Mick, you made too much money for me to respect this decision. I can't, and I say that respectfully. I really can't respect this decision.
Yeah, I don't respect the decision. I'm on the same boat with you. If you felt like this way truly, then it wouldn't just have to be because of a Trump thing. Because now that lets me know that you was complicit with all of the BS and whatever degenerate um behaviors that you didn't have to tie yourself directly to. You was perfectly okay with it. But just because it's Trump, this is a wrestling show, but I don't want to include too much politics. But this is
No,
pretty much
I
how it
opened the
is right
door.
now.
Oh no, I opened the door for it, so I already know. Just go right ahead.
Well, it proves more and more. It proves more and more just how ineffective the liberal mindset really is, and how, in more ways than one, that Trump derangement syndrome is very effective in a lot of people's brains and their lives. You're leaving a company because of a person who is a president. And the crazy thing is, if you felt this way about Trump, why leave now? How come you didn't leave back in January or in last November when he was elected?
Or the
Why did
first
you wait
turn.
until? Yeah. Why didn't you leave in the first term when everything was being said about the whole Russia thing? When everything was being said about Stormy Daniels? How come you didn't leave during Biden's administration? When he was found on counts? Where was all of this vitriol? Seems to me like you was perfectly okay as long as the money was good. But now that you made enough money and you just needed to remain relevant, you needed to throw a jab just so you can generate some heat on the way out the door.
Right.
Terrible.
And then you go based off of the metrics that Foley's saying. Like I said, this second term Trump is a little bit is on the mild side. First first term Trump has said words, aka done words by whatever metrics you put out there. You stood the whole 4 years. And you know who was employed during them whole 4 years? Well, excuse me, who still owned the company those whole 4 years? Vince McMahon. So like I said, we respect Foley for what he has done for wrestling. That's just not just WWE or even back then WWF, just wrestling. We respect what has done. But this right here is not cutting it. I'll say that respectfully.
Does this prove the whole comment of shut up and dribble, just like shut up and wrestle?
Oh, I'm not gonna go. That's a fair question. I'm not gonna go that far because wrestlers, how can I say this? They know what they signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that when it comes to Trump, they know why he's tied to the WWE.
All right.
So it's the fact that he don't say nothing about me. I don't say nothing about him. Donald Trump, I mean, excuse me, John Cena is not a Donald Trump fan at all. Not even a little bit.
Nope. But I don't think he's ever let his politics get in the way of the business. I think when you let your politics get in the way of the business, you're taking away from the business because you want more shine on yourself. You want to generate heat for yourself. It's almost like you're trying to be bigger than you're trying to be bigger than the purpose that you're there for. My thing is with when it comes down to Mick Foley, I don't know what happened to Chris. He probably be right back. But when it comes down to Mick Foley, that's to anyone. You're there at the company to do the job for the business. You're there to drive the business along, not to fault the purpose of the business just because you want to seem more important than what it is that you're perceived to be. Crazy part is it could have been a ton of United States senators, United States congressmen, politicians, other presidents. Mick Foley's been with the he's been with WWE for quite some time. A lot of controversial things have happened. not to include the owner of WWE itself. If you really felt that way about the WWE, if you really felt that way about how strong you felt about your politics, then you should have left a long time ago. Thing was, Mick Foley didn't want to leave. And to be honest with you, I think that him using Trump as a reason to leave is just a lie. I don't even think Trump is the reason that he left. I think he left on other terms or other reasons. But most importantly, he needed to lie about why it is that he did leave. And who's the perfect fall guy for a reason to leave a company that you've been with for so long? Trump. Let me just go ahead and take a jab at the president just because. And Mick Foley in his standing, he didn't want to lead a company. This is my perception. He didn't want to lead a company until he found a good reason to. And Trump was that reason. There he is. Brother, you back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm on the road, ladies and gentlemen, and the area that I'm in
Mhm.
is there's some li this area is some liars. I got all 5 bars, 5G, UC, and it's still messed up the stream, but it's all good.
Mhm.
I'm on my second device, so I'm about to get back on my regular device in a minute. But
Mhm.
what all I was saying was John Cena is not leaving the WWE behind no goddamn Donald Trump. That's not happening. And I think that's a scapegoat to leave WWE.
Yep.
But hey, shout out to Mick. Like I said, we appreciate what he has done, but that ain't it.
Michael
Um,
said Vincent Trump has been cool since the 80s, and the WWE hosted 2 WrestleManias at Trump's venues. I wonder if Mick wrestled at those venues. Even more so.
uh,
No.
that's a little bit too far back. I'm gonna have to go double check that because I'm aware, especially during WrestleMania, he wrestled at those venues that was ran by Trump, but I don't. That's a good question. I don't know about that one. I'm about to go fact check that one.
What year was Hell in a Cell? Hold on.
96? No, no, it
And,
can't be 96. That's not true.
1998. So
Oh,
how come he didn't leave in 98? Oh, I know why. Because Trump wasn't the president. Got you. See how that works?
mhm.
Go ahead, dog.
And Vince was more wild in the 90s.
Vince was a loose cannon in the 90s.
Yeah,
Hell, the company was a loose cannon in the 90s. Not
that
to
is a
remember the Monday Night Wars?
anything to. Yeah, go watch that Mr. McMahon documentary. You guys don't believe what we saying. Trump was wild back then. And this like now I'm about to turn green, so I'm gonna go ahead and allegedly do something illegal, and I'm gonna do this. All right, bet. All right, y'all. But yeah, shout out to Mick. It is what it is. But let's get to the tap out heard around the world. So Saturday night main event, great showing, by the way. Um, I liked all the talents that was there. I'm ready for Obafemi to make that jump to the main roster. I appreciate his promo with Cody Rhodes on Friday Night SmackDown because I always have an issue with NXT talent engaging, excuse me, with the WWE audience. Somehow, Oba managed to bring a little bit of NXT to that to the SmackDown side, and everybody caught on to it. And I was like, good, he's ready. He'll be ready for the main roster. So now let's get to the main event. Um, grade wise, I'll give it a I'll give it a B minus, and that's yeah. I'll give the final match a B minus. I wasn't expecting John Cena versus AJ Styles, although that's going to go down as probably one of the greatest wrestling matches that I've ever seen. But kind of now, keep in mind, I will say this, like I said that Saturday morning, I did not expect John Cena to win. I did. This is Gunther we're talking about. Matter of fact, you could pencil Gunther in to the Hall of Fame because you retired two legends in 1 year. Did I think he was ever going to tap out? No. But I'm glad. Well, before I even go there, so what you want to say on that?
I'm gonna say this: as much as I like Gunther, there was no reason for John Cena to tap. There wasn't. Absolutely. I'm saying this as a wrestling fan. There was absolutely no reason for John Cena to tap. Um, I think this was a bad move. I think this is a gigantic fu. It was, man. You know what? All the things that we talked about over this year, about what could happen at the end of John Cena's final run. Where was our truth or Ron Killings? Where was he? That would have been the perfect way to send him out. Randy Orton wasn't there. It's so many things. Batista, of course, I know he said he's never doing nothing in the ring again, but still, where was all the opportunities to give this man a proper center? Getting choked out by Gunther. I mean, come on now. Nothing, not to take away from Gunther, but and as much as I, where was the we never where was the intro music? Where was the new intro song? Did you hear it?
Oh.
I didn't hear a new intro song. Been waiting on that thing all year, and still nothing. So as far as the match goes, I give it a C. And I get John's up there in age, and in more ways, the one you can see as the match was progressing on, you can see that age was really taking its toll on him. But at the end of the day, like having him tap out in the end, then the way he tapped out, I was just like, you couldn't just give the man how many wrestlers within these past few send offs, how many wrestlers have actually won their final match? You seen what happened to Goldberg, and now we get the tap out from John. Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, but yeah, that it gets a C from me.
Okay. Excuse me. Let me get this back in my ear. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, good. Okay. And Malcolm said WrestleMania 4 and 5 was at the Trump Towers.
Mm.
Um, like I said, I never in all the years during hustle, loyalty, respect. I understand people going to bring out that John Cena tap two times before, but during the hustle, loyalty, and respect, John Cena, I never seen that person tapped out, and I sure as hell didn't expect him to tap out on Saturday, especially the way he did. He had a smile on his face, a few taps to the yarn, and it was done. My sentiments was everybody in that arena. I was at I was at work. I was talking on the phone with somebody, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" He tapped out. They was doing the replays. They came back online, came back on the air, and all you hear the crowd chanting, "You fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up!" That's that's all you heard. And to my, and the only thing I can think of is Triple H is right there somewhere. And obviously that's who it was aimed towards was Triple H. Because
Absolutely.
nobody wanted to see Superman tap out.
Yep. Did you get I'm gonna say this when I was watching it, did you
Hmm.
get did you get Montreal vibes a little bit?
That did I'm not gonna hold you, that did not come to my mind. I'm gonna have to get back with you. I'm gonna need to sit on that one for about another week.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need to sit on that one for another week because if that was the case, John Cena sure as hell handled that a lot better than Bret Hart did.
No, I'm talking about the crowd because remember in Montreal they was ready to riot. If I'm not mistaken, they did tear the place up. Well, I know. I damn it, it's getting late. What's his damn name? Jesus Christ, not Owen. Jesus, is that am I that old? What was his
Who?
name?
Yeah, Owen Hart. Yeah, the British Bulldog. Who you talking about?
The Montreal Screwjob. Which heart was that again?
Yeah, Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. All right, cool. I know Bret tore up the scene. I thought when Cena tapped and they was like, you effed up, I thought they was gonna tear up the scene. I'm like, Triple H, you don't know what you just did, big homie. You do not know what you just did.
Yeah, that was a big. That was a risk. Did he? I gotta go
Huh?
back and look. I gotta go back and look at that. I didn't see that. But I'm gonna go back and look. And of course, you had that was a proper gesture of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk what they did for John Cena after the match, and also John Cena then leaving his shoes. He's getting the ring. Uh, them the nasty ass shoes I've ever seen. You could at least went out with your old Reeboks. I don't know what those were, but yeah, leave those in the ring and don't take it home with you.
Yeah.
But I gotta say that I have to defend the tap. I have to defend the tap because I'm a storyteller at heart. And when when Punk is going into the ring, oh damn, I'm gonna check that out. Definitely check that out because that's gonna tell me a lot in the future. I'm a storyteller at heart, and sometimes, and when it comes to a storytell ending, the the good guys is not always gonna win.
Yeah.
And when it comes to wrestling, because we talked about it that morning, you know it's the end when you're on your back looking at the lights. Batista went out like that. Lolita, sorry, baby. Uh,
Huh?
Lito went out like that. Stop it. Lito went out like that. Um, it's a word of endearment. Endearment. I know somebody named
Uh-huh.
Lolita.
Uh-huh.
Who was saying,
Bro, you there? Chris. Oh, Jesus, connection. Chris, you there? Damn it. Seems like we lost Chris. Um, he'll be back. He'll be back in a second. Most important thing is though, I might have to go back and see. You said when Punk is going into the ring, I'm gonna have to go back and find that and pull that to see exactly how he stared at him because I didn't notice that part. I was more so looking at the crowd, looking at the crowd's reaction to the whole entire thing. I didn't see when CM Punk was staring at Triple H. John Cena tap. Yeah, that part I didn't see. I wonder if I can find a clip of it. There he is. All right, you back?
Bad, my bad. I keep forgetting that the iPad is only works best when I'm at home, not on the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
But um, what was I saying? All these wrestlers, majority of the wrestlers' last match has ended with them losing, or there's a promo or something going on behind the scenes where they get a brutal ass whooping on their way out. Do you guys remember what happened to Ricochet on his way out to AEW?
It was bad. Ricochet caught a hell of a beat down.
Yep, and that's just how it is. That's probably why Rey Mysterio hasn't retired yet because he trying playing probably trying to play his way out. Like y'all ain't about to play me. And AJ Styles is retiring next year. So don't be surprised at the last match these people are going to take a L. Now, how they take a L is a good question. Like I just said, John Cena, we did not see this coming, but the fact that you had John Cena tap out, keep in mind, John Cena has always historically has been the guy allegedly, or the narrative is he buried new talent. He doesn't give new wrestlers chances to shine above him. He's not passing the torch to get the new guys um, more airtime, such like what Randy Orton has done in the last 2 or 3 years. The fact that John Cena put ended that narrative of passing the torch officially, I think that was a great gesture what he did for Gunther. I appreciate what John Cena did. And what better way to do it by doing the one thing that he has never done in the last 20 years, which is tap out. I give. This is your WWE now. So I
So,
get it. And I get it and I defend it.
so here's the thing, right? The way I take it is that when you take over the big dog at the top, you now have the responsibility to run that position. You see what I'm saying? So are we going to say now that Gunther is the new face of WWE?
Is Gunter the new face of the WWE?
Yeah.
Over Cody? No. Not over Cody.
See what I mean? And but that's my primary point, right? So now we have to look at it to see, because I get the position that you're coming from, right? But now we have to look at it from this perspective. What does it mean for the business? What does it mean for Gunther, right? Because now, what does Gunther look like other than the person who just retires people and keep everybody up under him or behind him, right? Um, Other than the fact that he lost the title to Jay Uso,
Mhm.
but what else has he done, or what does this mean? What is this move? What's the big next move?
This
Because not
is
go ahead.
my bad, go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Gunther. And keep in mind where wrestling is at right now. This is probably the best wrestling has been since the 90s and 2000 before it went to the PG era.
Mhm.
Gunther is officially the most hated man on the planet. And how he handled it Monday was perfect. Where he said, I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch, and now the whole world hates him.
Mhm.
He crossed Alpha Academy. That's not much. He crossed past our truth. That's saying something. Uh, what's this general manager's name? Not Nick Aldridge. Adam Pierce.
Hmm.
Adam Pierce called him an asshole and told him to leave. But right before he left, he ran into AJ Styles. So I expect, maybe not soon, because AJ's next last year, AJ's retiring next year. I expect an AJ and Gunther rival to happen next year, and that's going to be on his way out the door. Now let's see if he retires AJ. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not, because you retired two legends in 1 year. I don't think they're going to go for three in a row, but we will see. But either way,
Hmm.
WWE has his official black hat, and they gave it to Gunther, and he's going to wear that shit because he said it on first take. The fact that he leans into this. This
Hmm.
is who he is. Because when he goes to Germany, oh, he's a baby face, 1,000%. But anywhere else, he's a heel, and he ain't tripping either. So I'm off. That's what say I'm for the tap of one passing the torch, but more importantly, what you setting up Gunther for to be for the next 3 or 4 years. A
Yeah.
good solid heel run for 3 or 4 years.
Here's the way I look at it, because I like the fact of what Gunther did on Monday. I'm with you on that one. Play the heel roll out to the T. What I like to see, you remember when Brock was on that, when he was on that, not streak, but he was on that steam where he was just slaughtering everybody, right?
Hmm.
Um, I would like to see that from Gunther. I would like to see, don't just stop with just going after big names or going to just destroy everybody. Because if you're going to that's this is what I mean by what position is he going to hold? Go after everybody. Don't let nobody pass you up. Don't just stop with John Cena. Yeah, that's great that you're going at the AJ Styles and he's retiring next year, but hold that same energy for everybody though. Right? Because now if you don't, it only seems like, I don't want Gunther to become just a special attraction uh um type, product. He has to go out to everybody. Here's the thing though. Problem is now that Cena's gone, and when AJ leaves next year, who's that? Who's after that? What, CM? CM Punk's next?
Yep. That's a good point. And I don't. And keep in mind, he lost to CM Punk at SummerSlam.
See?
That's why he's not the champion no more.
See?
So the writing, I guess, yeah, the writing will definitely be on the wall for that one for CM Punk and Gunther clash again. For the championship, probably not. Well, actually, oh damn, Royal
Mhm.
Rumble. Uh they're gonna square up again at WrestleMania. We'll get back. We'll get to. I might have to pencil Gunther to win this year's Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
You know what? Let me. We still Royal Rumble's in another month, so let me. We'll circle back with that one because I just thought about the possibilities of what can or will happen, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, he's gonna start retiring legends. That's good. That's gonna be his angle moving forward. Not to say he's not gonna beat up Tozawa or less more lesser nobody's on that level.
Mhm.
But that's what I see. And now also keep in mind, if the new talent from NXT is coming, they're not going to have them cross paths with one another. Not yet. Because I think Oba Femi is going to dog walk him. I don't know about Trick Williams, but Oba Femi for sure will dog walk him. They're going to keep those two on separate brands. But he's going to go after the old heads to get them out of here. He's going to devour the new talent along the way. And don't be surprised if they bring back Imperium.
I can see that happening. But you know what? Now that you just said that, because you said Oba Femi's name, and I was thinking about Gunther. If this is a perfect setup to get Oba in front of Gunther, oh man, would I love it.
That is going to be
Oh
one.
man.
That's going to be damn near a one-sided ass whooping. He's
Hey.
gonna wish he never lost that weight.
It'll be a hell of a fight, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but
Um,
but I
yeah,
think Oba Femi is first point of attack is going to be Drew McIntyre. So
yeah, yeah. That would be.
uh, what was I can't show it on there. But Malcolm said on the vertical chat, Obafemi and Javon Evans. Now Javon Evans, I like Javon Evans. He went up against Gunther. Good showing, but Javon Evans needs to put on some weight. He can still be a high flyer. Matter of fact, he needs to get on that Montez Ford diet plan.
Mm.
Put Javon Evans with Montez Ford, and he's gonna be just fine. But yeah, that's what really wanted to talk about. I had a feeling Seth was going to be against it. He knew I was going to defend this because the storytelling of it. Like I said, the match could have been better. I don't have a problem with how the match was. It could have been better, but the storytelling of how it ended is appropriate. When it comes to Hollywood, TVs, whatever, they suck at storytelling. Only a handful of people got the storytelling thing right, even with the loss. This right here was appropriate.
Mm.
I know Cell disagrees with it because you did 20 years without tapping, and to say and that would have been a hell of a flex to say I ain't tapped out for 20 years. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
But and it's like you pass the torch to the young generation. And this is one thing that was played against you your whole career, even when people started cutting promo. Roman said it, Miz said it, a couple other talents have said it. The fact that you did it for Gunther, it's like, hey, I get it. I totally get it. And trust me, I was just as um dismantled as the everybody in that arena, private people worldwide. Those on now, Triple H might want to stay off of Twitter for as long as he possibly can.
yeah. They is
As long,
roasted him. That's the kindest way I can say that. They is roasting him on Twitter.
funniest one that I seen on Instagram was someone did the corporate office in the background, and they cut out Peter Griffin saying, "No, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him." And he had a shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I swear. I don't want to do. I don't want to. I'm not here to cause no chaos. I'm not here to cause this. I just want to. I just want to have a conversation. That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to talk to him. That's it.
Hey, y'all is wild. Y'all got to chill. Y'all got to relax. But I'm glad. Well, obviously, Triple H is built for this. So, but yeah, that just stay off of Twitter though. Just stay off of Twitter. Leave the internet alone because you already made your point clear on how you feel about people having an opinion on wrestling, and that's like Triple H. That's how this things work. If I get to pay you to see your product, I have every right to critique the product. That's just out of fairness.
Absolutely.
So those people who pay money to be in the arena, who pay money to watch it on Peacock, uh, if they don't like what you did, they don't like it. And if they do like it, cool. Now Triple H has had a run for making a lot of right decisions after Vince left. Now people are looking back questioning his decision making. I get it. Who's this? Uh, do you wanna? Hey, oh, focus. Um, um, damn. Oh shit. Yeah. Shout out to Apple. Damn. When Triple H's decision making have people. A lot of people have questioned it. Uh, the last thing I questioned was the R Truth situation, and if I have to think about it, maybe a couple things since then, but not really significant. Excuse me. But this right here, I understand he's gonna take hell. He's gonna catch hell for that. But I stand by Triple H and the people who made this decision. I have no problem with it. I am all for it. And
Rocky. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I cannot pull up. Oh, oh, I got this. Okay. Rocky said, "Could it be
Could it be that Cena went into business for himself? I don't think so.
no, no, not no, no." You could make the argument. Well, you can make the argument he probably done that a couple of times in his career. I can't pinpoint when or where, but no, I'm not gonna go that far.
No. Um, I don't think. Nah, Cena's never went into business for himself. He's always done what's best for the business. Which still, knowing that about John Cena and why he tapped for Gunther, I can see that perspective. Yeah, I can even see the fact that our truth confronted Gunther afterwards. After Gunther did his little promo on Monday. I can see
Mhm.
all of this storyline being wrapped up into one. Now, unless you about to do something big for our truth, then what was the point? But as far as Cena going into business for himself, never. That man has always done what was best for the business.
Yeah, I can see Gunther and R Truth. I don't not a pay per view match, but Monday main event is going to get this out the way. I can see Gunther versus R Truth, and I can then see Gunther versus Ron Killings.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, that's the only thing. Like Cesaro and Otis, that's good. Cesaro is a walking squash match. Otis actually going to give Gunther a challenge. Our truth, borderline squash, Ron Kelly. It has to be particular match like a not a no holds bar, a no DQ match. That Gunther and AJ match is the one I want to see.
Yeah.
That's the only one I want to see out of those situations, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Go.
Next year.
What was Randy Orton's tag nickname?
On what?
Le-
On
oh,
what?
Legend Killer. Legend Killer. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I don't think Gunther's gonna take that title being the next legend killer. I think he's gonna be I think it's Gunther is Gunther. There's no other way to really label that. Gunther's just Gunther, bro. That's just him. Um
Hey,
I mean, this is kind of like the steam that he was supposed to have when he was supposed to beat Jay Uso, and I say again, supposed to beat Jay Uso, but he didn't. Um, Now that I look back on it, I wonder if this was a favor. If him losing to Jay Uso was a favor for him to be able to tap John Cena. But you know who my biggest beef with is in the business, and that's not the wrestlers. It's creative. And if this was a creative decision, to hell with creative. But that's just me. You know how I feel about creative. To hell with them.
I know. I get it. Totally get it. And Michael Cole said one thing on Saturday night. Um, Professional wrestling beat sports entertainment.
Yeah.
I think that's going to say a lot for 2026. And John, don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther is a professional wrestler. You get you like go back and watch what was that shit called on AEW? I mean on A&E. I say AEW. Uh what was that show? It's not it was like Tough Enough. What was it called again?
Which one? The one where they had like the up and comers.
Yeah.
I can't think of it right now.
Go, go back and um damn. Go back and watch that episode or that segment when Gunther came as a special guest to speak to the wrestlers. What he said, I appreciate it. Like, tell it how it is. What you really here for?
Mhm.
Like, he told his one chick, "Oh, you're a gold medalist, so you're a professional wrestler because it didn't make you didn't make enough money."
Mm.
Started dog walking down. I'm like, I get it and I love it.
Mhm.
Be here because you have a passion for the business. Don't be here because yeah, there you go, LFG. Thank you. Be here because you love what you do. You love this, the money, the fame, and all the other goofy shit. And once you tap into your passion, you can be here as long as you want to be. And this is why I said a couple of years ago, if I was to invest in two wrestlers, it was Damian Priest, and it was Gunther. Everything has been right. Damian Priest has taken a step back, and I found out that was probably due to some injury to a degree because he's getting older. His bumps are a little bit harder, and I don't know. I get it, but still holding out hope for Damian Priest. However, with Gunther, he has been doing what he is supposed to do, what he was bred to do. So I appreciate Gunther for what he has done and what he believes. But yeah, by all means, he is a professional wrestler. He's not a sports entertainer.
Right.
And he, Michael said, sports entertainment has lost to professional wrestling, and that's a fact.
Mhm.
That is a fact. So who? So the question is, who's going to be the sports entertainer to resurrect? Which wrestler is going to resurrect sports entertainment for 2026? Or we can go the Roman Reigns route, where he's
Mm-mm,
going to insert
mm-mm,
it.
mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Okay, so I've been all right. So for all of you listeners, right? I have a I have a point of contention that I have to admit to, and I hate that I even have to do this. But what is his name again? Roman does not reign. Yeah, Roman reigns.
Oh, for sweet Kevin God, go ahead.
Okay, this is the only time that I will ever do this. So I hope that y'all have y'all moments ready because this will never happen again. Okay. All right. All right. Something happened over this thing called the Game of the Year Awards. And I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but for all of you who came up in the same age bracket that I did, there is this company by the name of Capcom, and they created this thing called Street Fighter. Okay. Capcom created this thing called Street Fighter, and they went out and they got a slew of people and a slew of wrestlers and a slew of actors to play a part in this movie iteration that they have coming up, and it's called Street Fighter, the movie. And lo and behold, guess who they get to play one of my favorite characters from this movie, Street Fighter? I hate the fact that Roman Reigns looks good as Akuma. It's on your screen. This
Mm-hmm.
pisses me off so bad.
I wish his
And
biceps could have been bigger.
yeah, his biceps could have been way bigger, but it's a movie. You know, we're going to accept it. I mean, hell, look at 50. 50 could have been,
Uh,
it's
There's nothing. Yeah, the first person that came to my mind was Ja Rule, and lo and behold, Ja Rule went to work.
Hey, but look though, 50 is about to get paid to play Balrog. And listen, I've seen the promo video that 50 put out with him hitting the heavy bag. I'm not mad about it. It's okay. But
And
this is
mhm.
what pissed me off. Because no, no, Rocky, I will not acknowledge him. No. God damn it. I will not. Okay. I will not acknowledge this man. And this is what made me mad. Okay, because it was one screenshot in this whole entire trailer. And I was watching the trailer because me and my homeboy, we very big in the video games, right? So we was watching the trailer and he was like, "Dog, you're gonna be so upset." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because they got to show off Roman." I said, "Man, to hell, Roman. He's not gonna look good." Until I saw this, and I said, "Damn it, he looks good."
Yeah.
I said, "Damn it, why did they have to make him look so good? He's supposed to look bad. He's supposed to look terrible. Why does he look good? I'm not supposed to accept this. I don't want to like this. I don't want to like the fact that he actually looks good."
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish that yeah, they could have slim the attire on it to make it fit appropriately to so it looks like his arms are bigger because I'm used to these all the fighters. I'm used to them to be just jacked up, but I understand that's technically asking for too much. So I will say yes, he does look good for Aku. Cody looked good for guy. I thought they was gonna screw
you're
that
not
up.
gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. No, no, no. Cody does not
I,
look
I,
good for
oh,
God.
damn it! I'm
Cody
trying
does
to be
not look good.
optimistic. I was
You're
trying
not
to,
gonna do that. You,
I was trying to be optimistic. I
you're
was
not
trying to
gonna
be
do that.
optimistic.
Did you see that
Okay, I
flash
guess
kick?
I.
Did you see?
No, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I did have to get out my car and go get my phone because I did throw it out the window. So
I
I was
mean,
like,
at least they got the guy who plays Ryu. That he actually looks like Ryu. You see what I'm saying?
uh, we might need to do this on your on maybe my channel or your channel.
Yeah.
We gotta compare the at least the characters from the original movie to this movie to see did they get it right. I understand Andrew Schultz character. I forgot his name.
Dan
Um,
Hibuki.
yeah, Dan Hibiki. I understand this is his first time in the movie. I don't recall him being in the last movie. They said Dowson was in the last movie. I said, where?
Yes, Dawson was in the last movie. He was.
I might have to go watch it. You know what?
Hmm.
If I can move a couple of things around, I, I really need to get ready to do my reaction channel.
Hmm.
I might have to go react to Street Fighter, the original one.
The original movie.
Yes, I might have
Oh,
to
it's
do that.
terrible. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It was
Oh yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
only
yeah, yeah.
thing good about the first Street Fighter movie was the man who played Bison, which, by the way, this
What
is
the fuck?
disrespectful. This is
Get,
disrespectful.
get this get this off my screen. Get that off my screen, man.
This is disrespectful.
Somebody's gonna have to explain that one to me. Well, how do you get Mr. Why is Mr. Beans playing Bison? It's a wrestling show. This is a wrestling show. This is a wrestling show. We're not gonna do this.
I mean, since it is a wrestler, so Jason Momoa is playing Blanca. Now I know they're gonna CGI the heck out of him, but still, I wonder how they're gonna do this. But then again, it's Jason
See,
Momoa. Mhm.
why couldn't they do wh- why couldn't they do I like his arms the way it is, because obviously I know that's not really Jason Momoa's arms. But
Yeah.
I was like, you could have done that same concept with Aku, but this is not bad. At least
Mhm.
we get to see this Blanca in action versus the first Street Fighter. So,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I'm hopeful for that. I'm hoping for that. But yeah, this is who was so who's on this movie again? We have I was like Cody, Roman, 50.
50,
Uh,
Jason, Mel Johnson. I don't know who she is. Uh, Kalina Liang. I don't know who she is. Dan Hibby. Which this makes me mad because I know this is a wrestling show, but I'm not gonna go too far into it. But there's one character that needs to be here. Well, actually, there's two characters that needs to be here if Dan Hibiki is going to be in the movie because that he's a Street Fighter Alpha character, not a Street Fighter character. Dawslam is in the movie. This guy who's playing Dawslam, I've seen him in other movies. I just can't remember exactly which one it is, but I don't have a problem with him being Dawslam. I have a problem with his fingers and the way they position, but it is what it is. I don't understand why Eric Andre is here. This is just stupid to me. I don't understand the point. E Honda, the guy who's playing E Honda, I have no problem with it from the trailer. E Honda looked good. Uh, E Honda's from NJPW, then I love it. I love it right there. The fact that they brought in somebody from New Japan Pro Wrestling, I'm in love with it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Cody playing Guile. We got to talk about that. He looks terrible.
he, I would like to know how they got Cody to do this because I think it's like, oh, let's get Roman to Roman here. It's like, hold on, there goes he wrestled with somebody that kind of looks like that could kind of play Cody Rhodes, who's into that American spirit. Let's get the American Nightmare to be Guile.
Mhm.
I I because I think Roman got this role first before Cody. So
Roman was offered the role before Ryu was offered the role. The guy who plays Ryu, Roman was offered the role before what's that guy's name again? Andrew? Yeah, Andrew Koji. Before Andrew Koji even had the role, Roman had the role. That's the crazy part.
uh, and can yeah, I gotta. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Yeah, some of y'all need to go put on some muscle. I understand this world like to cater to you skinny muff. Excuse me. I know this world like to cater to skinny people, but y'all gotta go
Mhm.
put some real muscles on. Like go eat a burger and then go to the gym.
So I'm gonna tell you what you're suffering from. You're suffering from the Sonic the Hedgehog disease. And I'm gonna tell you how bad this is. Sonic
You talking
the
about the movie? Do you talk about the first movie, or you talking about the everything in general?
the first movie.
Gotcha.
So well, for those who don't know what I mean, we all know what Sonic is. We all know who Sonic looked like and all this that and the other. We know
All
who
time
Sonic is.
favorite.
But then there was a problem. This is the let me pull this screenshot right quick.
Somebody lost their job.
Somebody lost a yeah, there was they almost lost their life. It was bad.
Facts.
It
I
was
would have been
bad.
in the mob too. I took a week off. I'm
You
going to
see?
Hollywood. I will be right back.
So this is the Sonic that we all know and love. This Sonic right here. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. We all know and love that Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Love all three movies. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there was a problem. When the very
A
first
big
trailer,
problem.
yeah, when the very first trailer came out, we had this thing called Ugly Sonic. And for those who don't know what
Mhm.
Ugly Sonic is, Ugly Sonic was terrible. I mean, I've never imagined Sonic with teeth, but bruh, Sonic with teeth was terrible. Okay, it
I
was
want to fight
that.
you just on general principle.
And I can beat you.
Because I would kick your ass.
Man, you was super kid.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't do it.
Oh no, that's for the niggas that thought that shit was going to fly. That's for them niggas that thought that shit. I don't believe I am not a violent person, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe that's a tad bit of a lie, but you can't fly on airplanes with firearms, but you can sure drive.
Absolutely,
I
you
can, I
can.
can, dri-
Yes.
I can drive cross state lines with a weapon, and I can make it to my destination. There was going to be a problem. I grew up on Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not gonna. I'll admit, some of his games are in my phone right now. You have me fucked up.
Bro, you got a Sonic game on your phone?
He was from the App Store.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I don't give a damn. Which
Bro,
reminds me, I need to go get a.
you a
I need.
grown
I
man.
need.
Why you got Sonic
I
on
don't,
your phone?
hey, they put it in the arcade format. Which reminds me, I need to go get a PS4 controller from GameStop tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. So, oh yeah. So he is correct. I would have went ballistic had that happened. Now, regarding this to Street Fighters,
Yeah,
um, I see his point. He's not entirely wrong. I just have I just have a preference because of what Street Fighters has set us up to be. Especially now, when you play the games now, it's a little bit more realistic and a lot better. My favorite Street Fighter game was EX3. That's my all-time favorite Street Fighter video game. I like the
yeah.
ones after that, but Street Fighter EX3, that's mine. All day, every day, zero problem. Would have been better if they had Aku in it. Much better. But I made sure we played every single character.
Yeah.
We hit all of their combos. So yes,
Well,
but
here's the thing, and this is why I had to say that you suffering from the Sonic movie trigger disease, right? It is anatomically impossible for anybody's arms to be that big. And on top of that,
um, okay.
Akuma is short, right? So all of the characters in Street Fighter are just across the video game spectrum as a whole, because I don't want to just stick this to Street Fighter, but all of the characters is anatomically expressed in a way because they're trying to portray a way that they are. I wouldn't expect nobody in the movie to look like anybody from the series except one person, which is Zangief. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the person who they have playing Zangief, Oliver, he looks good. But I think
Mhm.
the guy who did the 1 ton deadlift, he would have been a better fit for Zangief. But that's just me. But he's short though. And then there's this guy who actually cosplays as Sagat. He would have been great for the movie. And then there's this Chinese girl. She's a bodybuilder and she cosplays as Chun Li. She would have been great for the movie, but they want to keep it, I guess, PG-13 ish. I guess because we've never had an R-rated Street Fighter. But this is one thing that I do like.
They-
This is one thing that I do like, and I'm glad that Jason Momoa said this on the stage. During the awards, he was like, this is not a Mortal Kombat film. And when he said that, I was like, thank Jesus. Because no,
Uh,
that last Mortal Kombat movie, no one cares about
oh,
it other than the fact that Scorpion and Sub Zero's in it.
of course, yeah, that's always going to be your go to for those movies. I think they could have done a lot better with the Mortal Kombat movie. Actually, the highlight of the movie was Kano, in my opinion.
Yes,
He's the one that carried that movie. I'm not, and I understand they introduced a new character. I don't have a problem with that. It could have been better. And the only
mhm,
reason why I believe they got away with doing the second movie is because it was during the pandemic and
yeah,
everybody was home. So the streaming numbers got up, and that's how you say, all right, I think y'all did enough to get a second movie. Now, if somebody's gonna explain to me why did they pick that guy to be Luke, Johnny Cage. We'll talk about that later because wrong show. This is the Wrestling Channel. Let me not go there.
but can I take it back to
Um,
wrestling for just a second?
sure.
You know who would have been a better Bison? This man right here, John Cena, would have been a perfect Bison. If you know how he plays, what's that character he played with the metal thing on his head? Peacemaker. If you know how he plays Peacemaker, John would have made a great M Bison. Oh man, I would have loved it. I would have watched the shit. But I get it. They don't want to put all wrestlers in the movie. But still, John Cena as M Bison thought that would have did it for me. I would even
Hold on. What
overlook
the
the fact
fuck?
that huh?
I just realized that somebody did put John Cena as Bison. God damn it. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, that's what I just had on the screen.
Oh, because I got it on playing. I got the YouTube part on my iPad, and I just
Mhm.
so happened to glance up, and I was like, "Hold up, that would have fucking worked."
Yeah, it would have been
And,
great, bro.
and John Cena has played a heel before, so yeah, I mean a bad guy before in the movies, Bumblebee to be exact. But that's it's one of those movies. Well, if you ain't watched the movie, if y'all didn't watch the movie, I'm not gonna spoil for it. Just go watch it, and you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. John Cena as Bison would have been a great fit. All right, real quick
yeah.
before you end, did do you like the fight style, like almost like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is? Do you like the fight styles from the Street Fighter movie versus it being realistic martial arts?
So from the
Because I
trailer
think,
that I seen,
yeah, because I think they're going somewhere with this, and it's yeah. How can I say this? Some of the things that they're doing is like, hold on, it's going to be that type of movie. It's going to be a fun, action packed movie that everybody can enjoy, something for the children, and obviously the
Mhm.
adults are going to pull up for any Street Fighter movie. So I don't know. I think because, like I said, that kick that Cody did,
Flash kick,
that yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
terrible. It was
yeah.
terrible.
And then you saw, I think Chun Li did another kick on a table. And I was like, okay, I see where you guys are going with this movie. So I will reserve. I think it's a lot of nostalgia is where they're going for. So I think I'm gonna see how this plays out. But what do you think?
So far, I have a few highlights. I have a few highlights from the trailer. Um, my first highlight would be, and I'm just going to show stills of this because I don't want to actually play the trailer here on the channel. But my first highlight from the trailer was Dawson. Dawson actually being in motion to be in the movie, which was dope. As far as fighting styles, because we didn't see anything from Cammy, but to see Andrew in this stance and Ryu's stance, I was kind of hyped for it. I don't like the gloves because the gloves is not the correct color, and also he's not bouncing correctly, but it is what it is. Dan Hibiki, which is played by Andrew.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that scene a lot.
I like it, but here's the problem with this scene, right? Dan
Hmm.
Hibiki. Dan Hibiki
He's
looks
he, but
like.
he's
Hmm?
because he's sleeveless in the video game and
Yes,
got some muscle built on him.
yes. Actually, who they got Dan Hibiki looking like is a character from SNK. His name is Robert Garcia. Now, Robert Garcia, he's from the King of Fighters universe. If you look at like you see that picture of Dan of Andrew Schultz, right? If you
Hmm.
look at a picture of Robert, if I can pull that up right quick, Robert with a mustache, there it is right there. So this is who Andrew Garcia looks like. I mean, who this is who Andrew looks like. He looks like Robert Garcia, which looks nothing like Dan Hibiki. But it is what it is. I can accept it. I still like the fact that they actually got Dan Hibiki in there. Now Vega, the person who's playing Vega, which we don't know who. I don't know what his actual face looks like, but I like the fact that they got his mask. It looks kind of sort of right. They got his claw. We're gonna have to see how that works. But this is where it gets ugly. This flash kick right here. This was just
You
disrespectful and
you can play the you can play the flash quick and
oh, okay,
just
cool.
quickly
All right, cool. Let me maximize this.
pause it. Yeah, I was saying just do something with the volume, but yeah, you
Oh,
can
my
play
bad,
it.
my bad. All right, so here's a flash kick. That shit was terrible.
Almost threw my phone out the car again.
This shit was terrible. It was the yell prior to the flash, and then on top of that, look at Cody. He just looks small.
You don't say.
He just looks. And then if you know anything about Guile is unnecessarily bulky as hell. He's
Uh-huh.
he's he's all arms because he's all Sonic Boom, which is weird because it's just like Cody looks small. He looks terribly small. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now, here's the part which got me very upset. Um, it's coming up right after. Where is Akuma's scene? Oh, wait, this. Now you asked about fighting styles. I got hyped for this part. The part right when they're in the club, that's Alexander Volkanovsky. Right here, I got excited for this. To see this spinning pile driver into the table, baby.
Yes.
The spinning jackknife. I was
I was like,
excited about that.
and I was thinking to myself, who can do that right now? If somebody in wrestling could do that right now, they go to the top of my list.
I just realized something. He's
What's up?
fighting Andrew Schultz.
Yep.
He's totally fighting Andrew Schultz. Yeah, he is. Ah, okay. All right. I like it. And then of course, the part with Roman Roman Reigns. Excuse
All
me.
right.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that woman in the red was Cammy, by the way.
no, Cammy has on green. This is Cammy right here. Oops. That's
Yeah, I saw
Cammy right
Cammy
here.
earlier. Yeah, I saw Cammy earlier. I'm talking about the. I'm actually looking to
Oh,
pull my
from the
screen up.
trailer.
Yeah, yeah, I know that's Cammy. I'm talking about the whoever was fighting at the airport at,
Oh, at the
after the.
airport.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking that's one of the dolls. I don't think that's Chun Li or Cammy. I think that's
no,
one of the other dolls. Because even in this scene
after.
right here, we got Ryu and Cam fighting one of the soldiers. But like right here, I can't catch her face. Yeah, that can't be Cammy.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah. If it's a stunt double, you're not gonna catch the face. Trust me, they
Now I
work
do
effortlessly
like
to make sure you don't catch the.
I do like the fact that, like, just from this scene alone right here, because if you know anything about Street Fighter, you know that Ken primarily sticks to kicks. Ken did a kick right here. I'm excited to see how far they really push it and go with it as far as what they're going to do. The he's fighting El
Uh,
Fuerte.
oh, Forte is in the movie.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be a joke character. They got Ken beating up a car, which is dope. It's just gonna be a hell of a thing. I just got to say, the real reason why I'm gonna watch this movie, and I hate to admit this again, it's because of Roman Reigns. All right, I'm glad I didn't have to say that out loud, though. I didn't have to say that out loud. So you're not going to repeat it ever. So, but yeah, it's because of Akuma, not because of Roman Reigns. Yeah. Wait, that makes me think because this movie doesn't come out until next year. Does that mean that they about to be sitting out while they doing all the scenes?
What do you mean sitting out?
Are we going to be
What,
seeing
what do you
less
mean?
of Cody and less of Roman?
No, 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 no. Because once they were done filming, they went right back uh, into it. As soon as right after WrestleMania, they went right back to filming, and of course that Saturday night main event where it was, I think it was Cody Rhodes and yeah, that Saturday night main event where Cody returned. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they already did they sitting out, but nah, they're going back to work. Matter of fact, they got into it after Survivor Series. So and Roman already said, I need one of them titles on my
Mm.
shoulders. So ain't no sitting now. It's back to business. Now, how's that? How they gonna keep kayfabe and do that promo run? Will remain to be seen. But um, we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. I don't think they're sitting out there. Business is business. We got it's a Royal Rumble. It's in Riyadh. WrestleMania is going back to Vegas again. So yeah, they gotta get back to work.
Yeah. All right, cool. What else? What else we got?
That's it. That's it. We good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we snuck in that Street Fighter conversation, but hey,
Yeah, we did.
you know it's a it's a good stream when I initially said 30 minutes. I'm the king of never keeping to my words when it comes to shit. And we got to almost a 90-minute mark. So this is how we do. Professionals.
Malcolm D says, any thoughts on Netflix and Paramount Plus going head to head for WBD? We'll talk about that on the next one because that is a very big subject that's going on right now.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, next week.
yeah, because it's quite a few things that's actually going bad about that deal, and a lot of people just haven't really caught on to it yet. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah, the same format. Hopefully, I'm not doing no more Christmas parties, but we'll see. We'll see if we can be back in at the nighttime. If not, we'll probably push Wrestling Wednesday to a Thursday or Friday or something event. We'll figure something out. But yeah, let's
Most
get out of
definitely.
here. Like I said, final words for me. I defend Cena tapping out. It was a great way to close his chapter. And like I said on Saturday, John Cena, we appreciate you. 23 years. That's good. That Michael Jordan, 23.
Mhm.
Hey, we'll see you in the Hall of Fame, my guy.
Most definitely. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm still going to hold the position that I don't think that Cena should have tapped. To hell with Triple H once again for doing what he did, but this is the business. And because Triple H is pretty much the head of creative right now, you already know how my feelings is about that. Other than that, yeah, y'all make sure y'all check back in with us next week so we can pick up and continue the conversation because some things that's still gonna be brewing and going on. The business does not stop with Cena retiring; it only picks up. That's the best way I can tell you.
And especially that the masked man turned out to be Austin Theory from Monday Night Raw, which was probably one. Uh, I'm not gonna say the worst kept secret, but people speculate it was Austin Theory. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
I specifically did not talk about that today because I wanted to make sure we talk about Cena's final match. We'll get to that next week. You have my word. We will talk about Austin Theory next week.
most definitely.
All right, man. This is Wrestling Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher J, say you like. See you guys next week. Peace out. Y'all have a good one.
Deuces.